Hello everyone. I just want to give a short overview of the United States since 1877. This is going to be a really short video to just kind of map out the course and give you a visual for what we will be covering. I would suggest pulling up or printing off the PDF file called The Overview of the United States since 1877 so you can kind of follow along. It might be a good idea to print this off and kind of put it in a binder and reference it from time to time. History is a lot easier to learn and makes a lot more sense if you kind of know how events happen in relation to other events and how they kind of connect with each other. Now this class is going to start after the greatest crisis in American history has just finished occurring. That was the Civil War. America has just gone through the deadliest war in its history. One of its greatest presidents has just been assassinated. The country is divided. America is an isolationist country focused inward during this time, but is growing in strength, both population and industrial might. So that's where the class starts in the 1870s. Now fast forward about 130 years, we're going to try to end the class around the year 2000. The United States at that point has just won the Cold War, which was a huge conflict that lasted from the 1940s until the early 1980s, late 1980s, early 1990s. This leaves America as the sole superpower on the globe. So America goes from being an isolationist nation, just finishing its greatest war, to becoming the world superpower. At the end of this class, America is still a divided nation. America is an interventionist nation. Some pundits wonder if America is shrinking in strength and if maybe the best days of America are behind us. So we'll cover about 130 years from the end of the Civil War and Reconstruction to about the year 2000. Now, as you can see from the overview of the United States since 1877, that PDF file, these are the major events and eras and wars we'll kind of cover. So we'll start after the Civil War and Reconstruction, so in the 1860s and 70s, and then we'll try to make it to the year 2000. You should print this off and kind of look at it from time to time so you can kind of know where we're at when we're studying each section of history. Now during the last week of class, there's going to be an assignment that will kind of help summarize this course. This assignment is going to ask you what the United States was like when the class started, what it was like when the class ended, and your job will be to summarize the starting and ending point of this class and analyze how the United States changed over the 130 years we studied. Now this is not going to be a research paper. You will not need to reference sources. It's more of a sit down and tell me what you've learned sort of thing. The only thing I want you to reference are things you learned in this class from the lectures, videos, readings, and discussions. I'll share more about this assignment with you towards the end of the semester, but for right now, I want you to keep the following in mind as we move forward. What was the United States like when we started this class? So it might be a good idea to write down the first week a few ideas about kind of what America is like when we start studying it. And then when the class ends, kind of the last week, what is the United States like at that point in history? Then I want you to kind of think throughout this course, how did the United States change over the course of this class? Think about things such as, what's the size and the role of the federal government? How does that change? What's the role of the United States in the world? Foreign policy. What were some of the most important causes or the most important crises and events America faced during this course? Who were some of the most important people covered in this course and what were their contributions? So kind of think big picture ideas like that, and then kind of towards the end of this course you'll have to kind of tell me what you learned and what you think of a lot of these ideas. So quick video, just kind of giving you an overview of the class and letting you know what's kind of coming up.